Okay. What's up, everybody? Son of a pass. Literally, Mike, 2 seconds in, you ruined the video already. Give me 1 second. You had one job. All right, I'm back. Rough start, but you know, sometimes you gotta take risks. That's just how I roll. Anyway, let's try that again. And what's up, everybody? It's your man Pots and Pan, aka Jeffrey Dahmer, up in this piece. We about to murder it on this channel right now. Here's what I want to do today. I'm gonna stretch, because it's something I do. I'm gonna give you guys something you've been requesting all week long. What are we gonna be talking about today? Oh, just the most requested video in Real Chef Mikey YouTube history. Just a little something I like to call Jubilee Media Tea for Two. Well, I mean, I don't call it that. They came up with it, but you know what I'm saying. Jubilee Media is an amazing company that's producing insane quality content. It's not superficial. They go deep. Phrasing. They're always out to do the best quality job that they can and to push social norms, extend boundaries beyond what people are comfortable with, and Tea for Two is no different. Switch! What's the premise of Tea for Two? Good question. I guess I should explain that. The entire premise of Tea for Two is based off of a study, I think, that was done by like smart people or something, and then it was written in like a New York Times article. Somebody really intelligent came up with 36 questions that were allegedly supposed to make any two strangers fall in love. Jubilee put together this amazing downtown loft, aesthetic as fuck. And that's exactly what they've been doing, setting up strangers on blind dates. And of course there's tea. So how did I first hear about it? One of my best friends on the entire planet, Russell Curry. You might know him because you saw him on episode 1. He was the extremely intellectual brown-skinned interracial man that kind of stole everyone's hearts. You know who I'm talking about. This guy. Russell is an insane friend of mine. He did the first episode to great success. If you haven't seen that, go check that out. After this, finish watching this one, then go to Russell's. Jubilee was looking for more people to be on the show. He hit me up. Of course, I gladly accepted. I mean, they have like a ton of followers. Okay, I'm looking for love as well. Aren't we all looking for love? So from there, Russell got me in touch with their people. A week later, I was in downtown LA shooting this thing. I was just told to show up, wear something super cash. I wasn't nervous at first until Jaylee, as you know now, not to call her out or anything, but the girl was late. I won't say how late she was because I don't want to out her, but it was a long time.
Well, waiting for me? Or like,
yeah,
oh,
girl.
I was like, baby.
So I was sitting there the whole time. At first I wasn't nervous, but then as time builds up, you know how it is, like in life, you just kind of have to go on your instincts. When something calls, something beckons, and the universe throws you something, you gotta go after it. Anytime you hesitate, you're basically just gonna make yourself more nervous. You give your mind more time to think, and that is the worst thing that you could possibly do. Message! That's basically what happened. I had a bunch of time for my mind to start running and coming up with stupid things. And so I was a little bit nervous going in. I'm not sure if you could tell. Most people were like, oh, you're supernatural. I'm supernatural. On the inside, I was a little bit nervous. Oh, downward dog. Shamanasana. How about you, dude? Fast forward, Jaylee shows up. They put me around the corner. I put some headphones on so I can't hear and or see her until the very moment that she's mic'd up, and then she comes in the door as you guys see it. Dude, it is so hot in here. LA, get over the heat, all right?
As you can see from the 7-day forecast over here, we're
We're dying over here. The way that you guys saw it when she walks through the door, that actually is the first time that we see each other. So it is super legit. One thing, I was going through a bunch of the comments on YouTube and then a couple of posts that I put on my Instagram, and there's a ton of questions, a ton of people like chattering and debating on how things went or whatever. And a lot of it is misconstrued. That's one thing that I want to point out, is a lot of it is misconstrued, where they would say like, you know, certain things about me, I don't really give a shit, because it's just like internet. They're not even really trolling, but they're just saying things that aren't true. So I don't care. Say whatever you want about me. Actually, there was one guy literally said, and I quote, "Did anyone see his T-Rex arms?" And to which that I reply, you're very, very spot on. I do kind of have T-Rex arms. I actually gave that dude props and commented back. I'm a sucker for a good roast, you know? Not just as a joke, but also in the kitchen, you know what I'm saying? So again, I don't really care. Say what you want about me. But some people would say, oh, he seems like he's been through a lot, he's got a lot to share, and he's deep. And they were like, I don't think they're good for each other. She doesn't seem like she's very deep or she's superficial or whatever. I would like to take this moment to defend her. Jaylee is super, super sweet. She might be young, she's 21 years old, I'm 30, but it doesn't mean that she hasn't been through some shit, or people were like, oh, she mentioned her sister being gone because she had surgery and that's the worst thing that she's been through. Sometimes people don't share things on camera the first time they meet another person, and then they know that this is gonna be broadcast to the rest of the world. She's probably been through a whole lot more than she shared in the 10-minute video that you guys seen. Another thing, we were there for 90 minutes. Well, I was there for a lot longer. Sorry, Jaylee. There's a little clock timer that you can actually see on the video of the actual runtime. Jubilee has a very, very tough task of taking like 2 hours worth of video content and boiling it down to 10 minutes. That is an insane job. And so they unfortunately can't broadcast everything. They have to cut some things out. You know, if I'm being super honest, yeah, there's some things that I said that I knew that would have been great for other people to hear, and they had to cut it out. But I mean, that's just the way things are when you have to edit a show down that much. Another comment that I noticed is from somebody you might recognize, a one Victoria X Rave. She said, and I quote, "I want that guy." I only got one thing to say to you, Victoria. Hey, what's the X stand for in your name? Does it represent your future relationship to me? Victoria. Hey. Hey Victoria, what's the best way to get to your heart, huh? This way? Or that way? This way? Or that way? I just need the time and place to come through. I'll put it in Google Maps. Now, somebody in the YouTube comments basically said, he said he wasn't nervous, but then he acts super awkward at the end. Hey, awkward is my middle name. If you get a load of my birth certificate, Amazing Chef Mikey Awkward Miller. Swear to God. Recognize comedy gold when you see it, okay? Look who you're dealing with here, alright? Everything I do is on purpose. So when I say, I don't know what to do we hold hands? And then I walk off frame, that's funny. If you don't think it's funny, or you don't pick up on social cues, maybe you should get yourself a sense of humor. I'm gonna tell you what to do. You get in your car, you drive to Target, you find somebody with a red shirt, you say, hey, where do I get a sense of humor? You go to the aisle, and you get a sense of humor. Don't even think about carrying a basket, pick up the cart, you're gonna need a lot. 998, 999, 1,000. Now, there's a really good chance that I might produce another video sometime in the near future, depending on the reaction from this video. If you're interested and you like this one, if you have more questions, drop them below, and perhaps, you know, in a week or two or month or whatever, I'll do a part 2. So drop me some comments down below. Got any more questions? Drop them below. A lot of people that have already reached out to me, I've started to get back to people. Honestly, there are a lot of them, and I'm doing my absolute best. The amount of followers and subscribers I've gotten is insane. They've been instinctively flocking in like the salmon of Capistrano. So if you have reached out to me and you haven't heard back from me yet, have patience, young grasshopper. Daddy's got you, alright? Chefs are coming for you.
Phrasing?
If you like my Jubilee video and you like the stuff that you're seeing on my channel, please subscribe. Share with as many people as possible if you have it in your heart. One of my biggest goals right now is to get to 1,000 subscribers, and I've been growing pretty quickly ever since this video. Again, I cannot explain or express all of the gratitude that I have in my heart for you guys. I appreciate every single one of you. Come say what's up. I love to hear your stories. I love to see how the video impacted you. Again, this is the real reason I do what I do. Even if you have a great life, there are times where you just kind of need a pick-me-up. You need somebody else. You need a motivational meme, or you need to go on YouTube. I do the same thing. Some days you just don't feel like getting up. Some days you feel like you're just struggling. You don't have the energy, you're tired. Some people go through depression and get out of it. Some people never escape their darkest truths. And that's just something that's really, really unfortunate. But if you can share your story, you can be that person to make a real difference in somebody's life. Last but not least, the moment that you've all been waiting for, I think 99% of the people are asking about this, is have Jaylee and I gone on a second date? We haven't. Guys, I gotta get serious for a second. She shut me down. She friend-zoned me hard. Real hard. I've not really been talking about it because it's really difficult, and I would just appreciate if, you know, people kind of laid off and gave me my space. What happened? I'm not sure. I don't know if I'll ever know what happened. Maybe if she sees this, she can reach out and explain. She essentially asked me, she was straightforward, and you know, and she said, would you go on a second date with me? And I don't know if I was too forward, but right away I didn't hesitate, and I was like, Jaylee, do you love me?
Are you riding? Say you'll never ever leave from beside me, 'cause I want ya, and I need ya, and I'm down for you always. Baby, do you love me? Are you riding? Say you'll never ever leave from beside me, 'cause I want ya, and I need ya, and I'm down for you always.
Yeah.
JB, do you love me? Are you riding? Say you'll never ever leave from beside me, 'cause I want ya, and I need ya, and I'm down for you always. Look, the new me is really still the real me. I swear you gotta feel me before they try to kill me.